So welcome mothers and others. We have another wonderful candidate webinar coming into you today. And the best part about this webinar is that quite a few of them are actually friends of mine. So I'm super duper excited that we are all here today and that we have this great occasion to introduce you to five wonderful candidates. We're still waiting on the sixth one. He has not shown up yet, but maybe he will. And so tonight we're going to bring you five Texas candidates who are running for office, and I'm so excited. So you may remember this first name because she's one of our faves from 2022. So Michelle Vallejo is here with us tonight, and Michelle Vallejo is the candidate for Texas 15 congressional district. She's running up against incumbent Monica de la Cruz, and this is one of those races that we all need to be involved in. So one of those races that we all need to watch, and we all need to have some skin in this game, guys. Skin in this game, in this race, because this seat is up. We can turn this seat around and flip it if we all show up for Michelle. So I can't wait to introduce you. I'm going to turn it over to Michelle now. I can't wait to introduce you to her. And so Michelle, welcome. I'm so glad you're here. Could you tell us a little bit about yourself, even though a few of us already know you? Tell us a little bit about yourself and why you are running for office.
Hello, everybody. Good evening. It is a pleasure to be here with y'all, and I'm really excited to be joining Mothers Against Greg Abbott because these are the conversations, the relationships, and connections that really make a difference when it comes to Election Day. So I'm a small business owner. I'm a proud daughter of immigrants. I'm a Tejana. I am somebody who has fought for so many hardworking families pretty much every day of my life. I grew up in a family business, which is a flea market, literally about 8 miles away from our international bridge in Mission, Texas. Our flea market is in Alton. And that's how I grew up. I grew up working side by side, so many families alongside my own family to make a better life for ourselves, to create something of our lives, and to live the best quality life possible. And so my fight for Congress is exactly that. I'm going to continue fighting for the hardworking families of South Texas who for far too long have been ignored, neglected, and not given a fair shot at making the best out of the opportunities that this country grants us. And so I'm fighting for that American dream to stay true and real for our families here on the frontera. And I'm fighting for access for healthcare. Access to high quality healthcare, because this is fundamentally something that is lacking in South Texas and in Texas in general. Right now, we are also at the front lines of fighting for women's reproductive rights, women's reproductive freedoms, a person and family's right to determine their own lives, their own futures. And that's what we're fighting for as well. And we are very confident that the voters of Texas 15 are going to show up, and we're going to make sure that they understand the stark contrast and difference that they have when showing up at the polls. Right now, our current sitting Congress member is Monica de la Cruz, a Trump Latina that has decided to vote against the interests of the families of Texas 15 over and over again. And so we are excited to be here alongside all of y'all because this is the work that changes the game. This is the grassroots efforts that scares big pockets and money from the national organizations trying to interfere with our races locally. This is that fight that we're putting up. And this is the fight that South Texas is also doing in order to live a better life here in our own home region.
Thank you so much. I agree with all of that. So I'm so glad that you decided to run again because it's so important to have some consistency and some name recognition. So hopefully this time around, you're going into this race with all of that. So I'm really excited you're running. So Michelle, tell us, like, what are the top three issues that are the most important for your district?
Right. So my number one focus is improving the quality of life of families and hardworking people in South Texas. And that starts with fighting for access to quality, affordable healthcare. I have a personal story and journey, and that is that of my mom who lived with multiple sclerosis for 15 years. She was She got sick since I was about 4 years old. And I had to travel with her many times to Mexico, to Houston, to far places outside of South Texas to get her the care that she desperately needed. And it's only been a problem that has grown. Unfortunately, in South Texas, the disparity between those who have access and have insurance and those who do not is growing wider. And the state of Texas is not going to stand up for our families. So it's up to us to put up that fight. Right alongside that, another issue that I see under the umbrella of fighting for access to healthcare is fighting for reproductive freedom and reproductive healthcare as well for women and families of South Texas and of our state, as we know that women are being forced to flee the state of Texas to get the care that they desperately need. And also, as a small business owner, as an entrepreneur, as somebody who takes much pride in my work ethic, I want to fight for better economic opportunities for our families and for South Texans. As a small business owner, I know that I could fight and be a voice for small businesses, but also be a voice for workers who deserve to be paid fairly and who deserve to live the best quality life as well.
That's wonderful. So tell us, Michelle, like where can we find you and how best can we support you right now?
Yeah, so you could find me on my website at michellefortx15.com. You can also find us online on our social media platforms. So we're on Facebook, very active on Twitter and Instagram, and that is Michelle V for TX. And we are just very excited to be having these conversations because this is what we need to be doing right now to get the word out. So please help us retweet our posts and let people know that Texas 15 is on the map, not just for Texas, but across the country, because we are the only swing seat in Texas that we could flip from red to blue. And on the national level, we will be a top 5, if not top 10 pickup seats to flipping the House majority and getting this country back on track.
Yeah, absolutely. 100%. And you heard it here from Michelle, you guys. We have to flip the seat. There's a lot at stake and we all have to show up. So I'm really counting on everyone out there to show up right now, especially in this race. So thank you, Michelle, so much for coming. I look so forward to seeing you on the campaign trail, and please reach out to me sometime soon.
Thank you, everybody. Excited to hear about y'all's races as well, because we're in the fight together, in the fight for a better Texas. So and great to have y'all as comrades in this fight.
Thank you.